Versatile Mage. Chapter 252. Condensed Spirit Essence. As evening came, Mo Fan quietly moved to the rooftop. The air in the Imperial City was even worse than in the Demon City. No matter which part of the city you were in, there was no way to see the starry skies. The clouds made the night pitch black and everything unclear. A layer of yellow drizzle lingered around, like pollution of the light. Mo Fan planned to continue meditating tonight, focusing on the summoning element that had recently evolved into a nebula. For some reason, the little loach pendant was odd today, glowing with a strange radiance. Mo Fan found it unsettling. During the past few days, while visiting the magic historical sites, Mo Fan had gone to Mr. Chu Yuhua to ask about matters regarding undead tools. Recalling what Zhao Mannion had mentioned before, soul remnants and soul essences that appeared after death could not normally be seen, nor collected. Only undead magicians were capable of controlling them. If other magicians wanted to collect soul remnants or soul essences, they had to use undead tools forged by undead magicians. Just where did the little loach come from? It was not only a precious meditation tool, but also an undead tool. Tonight, its glow was particularly strange. Mo Fan decided to probe it with his intent to see what he could discover. The underground holy spring stored within the little loach pendant was nearly digested. The reason Yuang had sensed its aura was because the pendant had released some drops of the spring stored inside it. Spitting out the spring again was impossible. Moreover, the pendant seemed completely bound to Mo Fan. Even if someone tried to take it away, it would be futile. To be frank, the Black Vatican no longer had any chance of ever obtaining the underground holy spring. Why are you so noisy? Not only are you awake in the dead of night, but you're also glowing with strange green light. Mo Fan muttered as he sat on the rooftop, staring at the pendant in confusion. As night deepened, the pendant glowed brighter with green radiance, trembling from time to time. If Mo Fan hadn't been certain it was a pendant, he might have thought it was alive. When his intent entered the pendant, Mo Fan was shocked to discover that inside was a void space. Perhaps because his cultivation had been weaker before, he had been unable to truly enter this inner world. This time, it felt like when he had first used dimensional summoning. His intent stepped into a completely different plane. Still, Mo Fan did not panic. Even the three-step pagoda contained a colossal hidden space. That the little loach pendant had a world of its own wasn't strange at all. Otherwise, where would it store the underground holy spring? Where would it keep the collected souls? As his intent wandered deeper, Mo Fan realized the void wasn't large. In its center flowed an incredibly clear river. The aura it emitted was just like the underground holy spring. One could say there was a murmuring river flowing inside the pendant. Above the water hovered a ball of green light, like a cluster of enlarged fireflies. The glow glittered beautifully above the river. At first, Mo Fan found it breathtaking. But once he realized what they truly were, he could no longer see them as beautiful. To put it nicely, they were soul remnants. To put it bluntly, they were souls. In the beginning, when Mo Fan killed Instructor Bai Yang's spirit wolf, its soul had been absorbed by the pendant. Ever since then, every magical beast and every Black Vatican member he killed had been drawn into it, each soul transformed into one of those glowing specks floating above the river. Mo Fan had thought those worthless soul remnants were consumed as food for the pendant. Who would have guessed they were all here, gathered into a glowing lantern above the river? He frowned, puzzled. He truly did not understand the pendant's obsession with collecting these spoils of war. Fortunately, the glow dimmed after a while. Though still suspicious, Mo Fan couldn't make sense of it and stopped wasting time. After all, soul remnants were worthless compared to soul essences. The difference was like a grain of sand versus gold. Since the pendant liked collecting them, he let it be. Having a pendant with its own purpose wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Mo Fan ignored it and sank back into cultivation. As the night grew late, the pendant turned restless again, trembling non-stop. Mo Fan opened his eyes. Just as he was about to scold it, he suddenly realized that the once scattered green glow had now condensed. His eyes widened, mouth gaping wide enough to fit a fist inside. The scattered radiance and the condensed radiance were two completely different things. The former was a worthless soul remnant, while the latter was a soul essence worth as much as gold. The problem was, he hadn't fought anyone, nor killed any magical beasts. So how could the pendant possibly produce a soul essence? And this wasn't fake, it was genuine. Mo Fan probed again with his intent and discovered the soul remnants above the river were gone. The space was empty now. Only one soul essence remained, glowing with concentrated brilliance, mesmerizing like moonlight. Mo Fan wasn't the kind of person who trusted random fortune falling from the sky. He needed to understand everything before he could feel at ease. This soul essence was too sudden. It felt like picking up treasure off the street. Though happy, his heart remained uneasy. Carrying this hesitation, morning arrived. Mo Fan knocked on Mr. Chu Yuhua's door as soon as dawn broke. The old teacher yawned and looked at him. "You're up early. What's wrong?" "Sir, I was reading about undead magic tools. It said that besides collecting soul essences, some have a very special ability. Do you know about it?" Mo Fan asked. The old man's eyes lit up as if he'd met a kindred spirit. He said excitedly, "Where did you read such a book? It must have been ancient. I once stumbled upon some very early records about this." When Mo Fan saw how the old teacher's eyes gleamed with excitement while pretending to act mysterious, he knew the man definitely had the answer. So he steered him toward what he wanted to know. Chu Yuhua whispered like he was revealing the greatest secret of his life. "There's a rumor about a type of undead magic tool. It not only collects soul essences, but also has an affinity with soul remnants. Because this type of tool can refine soul remnants into a proper soul essence." After hearing this, Mo Fan felt as though his entire body had lit up. As expected, the little loach pendant had turned soul remnants into a soul essence. Turning sand into gold. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.